Welcome back, agents. Let's get right to it. Today, we're bringing you a complete, fully optimized tactical explainer for taking down HVT number 2 in Manhunt Week 5. We're pulling the freshest intel straight from the Division Dispatch, specifically that Tuesday, July 14th, 2026 update, and breaking it all down so you can just gear up and get out there. Oh, actually, real quick before we dive in, a massive thank you is in order. Our dispatch network just officially crossed 231 agents. You guys are incredible. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep this comms network growing and make sure you never miss a briefing. Okay, let's get to work. So here's our game plan for today. We've got 4 main phases: going over essential pre-deployment steps, executing those Dark Zone operations, eliminating the HVT, and finally, taking a look at the bigger picture with the Hyena puzzle. All right, Phase 1, pre-deployment, and specifically activating Scout number 2. Listen up, because this is literally the single most important step you've got to take before stepping outside the wire. You absolutely must jump into your Manhunt menu and visually confirm that HVT number 2 is active. I know, it sounds super obvious, right? But honestly, in the rush to just get out into the field, you'd be surprised how often this gets overlooked. Because look, if you don't activate it, none of your activities are going to count toward your Manhunt progress. 0. All those landmark clears, all those eliminations, totally wasted effort. So do yourself a favor, save the headache, and just double-check that menu first. Moving right along, let's talk execution. Phase 2, Dark Zone operations. We're going to look at knocking out objectives 1 and 2. So to squeeze the absolute most out of your time, we're going to chain these first 2 objectives together. Objective 1, clear 3 landmarks in any Dark Zone. Pick whatever cluster is closest to your extraction, it doesn't matter. And here is a massive pro tip from our latest intel. You really want to run this in the PvE Dark Zone. Why? Well, it just lets you clear at your own pace without constantly looking over your shoulder for rogue agents looking to hijack your run. Plus, difficulty totally doesn't matter for this, so just leave your global difficulty on normal to speed things up. It's super solo-friendly, though obviously a group's going to absolutely tear through those landmarks. Now, while you're doing that, you'll naturally be hitting Objective 2, which is racking up exactly 25 Hyena kills. This is basically a 2 birds, 1 stone situation. The Hyenas are swarming the Dark Zone right now, right? Their patrols are practically glued to those landmark locations and DZ checkpoints. So if you're actively hunting them while clearing your 3 landmarks, it's a super smooth grind. You're honestly going to hit that 25 kill mark right around the exact same time you finish your 3rd landmark. Awesome. So the DZ sweep is done. That brings us to Phase 3, HVT elimination, where we go after our main target, the Shank. So who exactly are we hunting this week? The Shank is our designated Week 5 HVT, and according to Recon, he's currently dug in with a security detail over in the Judiciary Square area. Taking him out is the final piece to closing out this phase of the manhunt. But hey, quick word of warning, he spawns as a named HVT and he absolutely brings backup. You're definitely going to want to roll up to Judiciary Square with a fully loaded build. A duo or a squad will chew right through his escort, but if you're a well-built solo agent playing it smart, you can for sure handle it. And here is where it all comes together into one beautiful tactical loop. Route planning is everything here. Since Judiciary Square is usually pretty accessible from most of those DZ landmark routes, you just chain it all together. Clear your 3 landmarks, rack up your 25 Hyena kills along the way, and plan your exit strategy so you literally step right out and wrap up your session at Judiciary Square. Boom. One single, highly focused run. If you followed this exact sequence, it's honestly one of the most efficient manhunt setups we've ever seen.
All right, let's wrap things up with Phase 4, the Hyena puzzle, and look at the actual lore behind why we're doing this.
Because taking down the Shank, it isn't just checking boxes. It's a huge piece of the Year 8 narrative. The Hyenas have had this iron grip on the Dark Zone all through Season 2, and every time we drop an HVT, we are actively dismantling their operation. This whole thing feeds directly into the overarching Into the Dark storyline. You're not just doing busy work, you are systematically tearing down their command structure. Which really leaves us with one big question. Once you clear Judiciary Square and finish up this run, think about it. With the Shank out of the picture, who in the world is going to step up to fill that massive void in the Hyena leadership next? Somebody's got to try to hold their collapsing operation together, right? We'll have to wait and see. Stay sharp out there, agents. It might be a quick grind this week, but they definitely aren't going down without a fight. Good luck on your deployment.